Sit down, please, gentlemen. Carry on, Peter. The target tonight, gentlemen, is the big one. Berlin.
Not again. They can have Berlin. Too true. Give me Happy Valley, not these damn blonde stooges.
I knew you'd all be delighted. All right. Now, as you can see, we have 2 diversionary raids tonight, thanks to our friends from one group, and that should take care of the night fighter activity on our way back across Belgium. There'll be 400 aircraft on Berlin, timed to be in and out in 16 minutes. So, accurate navigation is of the essence.
Thank you. Good evening, Herr Leutnant. Glad to see you back again.
I was in Berlin last week seeing Von Elmendorf. Phoned your home on the off chance you might be on leave.
Yeah, my wife told me. Thank you.
She said she was hoping to see you this weekend. I hope you'll find time to see one or two of the people I've been talking to.
I'm helping my family to move out of Berlin to a safer place. I'm only going to have 48 hours.
Well, if you could spare an hour or two. They're good men.
I'm sure.
Yes, she said there'd only been a few stray bombs near your house so far. You live well out in the suburbs, of course, but Berlin is taking a pounding.
I know. But it's not that easy to knock out a capital city, as we discovered when we attacked London.
The RAF is sending heavier planes. 300 to 400 at a time. That's bigger bomb loads.
Yes, and the losses are high. Manfred, you know how long it takes to train aircrew. You can't keep it up forever.
That was Reichsmarshal Goering's boast. No enemy aircraft will ever fly over the Reich territory.
Good evening, Manter. Herr Sturmbannführer. I have your table ready for you. Manter? It's Kessler who's just come in.
Who's the woman?
Her name is Madeleine Duclos, Belgian. Excuse me, Herr Schroesting. Good evening, Malbrand. Herr Sturmbannführer. May I introduce an old friend, Robert Schneidlinger, Sturmbannführer Kessler.
Herr Oberst, a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, I see you have finished. Perhaps you'd both care to join me and my guest for a drink.
It would be a pleasure, but really I'd promised myself an early night.
And it's tonight I'm catching the Berlin slipper.
Oh, yes, of course. I hope you have a pleasant weekend.
Thank you.
Are you staying in Brussels long, Herr Oberst? If so, might I suggest...
going on to Paris first thing tomorrow morning.
Perhaps on another occasion.
Care to see or something close?
He saw me with Elmendorf. Questioned me afterwards. Wanted to know if there was any signs of disloyalty on von Rundstedt's staff.
Do you think he's suspicious of us?
It's his job.
I should be very surprised if you weren't. Most of those he would consider disloyal were destined to be professional soldiers from the moment the doctor said it's a boy. I certainly was. The Kesslers of this world don't like the military class, and never have. You afraid of him?
I'm wary of him, yes.
And yet he represents Germany today. Not me, not you. Him. next stop was SS. When honourable, patriotic men found it expedient to be wary of Kessler, in case they may be suspected of thinking the wrong thoughts.
I think we should be making a move. I told him we were going.
You're very quiet tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking. However, that's strange coming from you. Someone who always seems to say as little as possible.
I haven't had anyone to talk to for such a long time. I suppose I've got out of the habit.
Thank you, gentlemen. Good night. Good night.
Who's the other one?
That's Oberst Neidlinger. He serves on General Kampel's staff. Another one on good terms with Admiral Canaris.
You sound as if you don't like him.
Oh, I've never met him before, but I know of him. He's a Junker. His type believe they're too good to join the party. They think they have the right to look down on us. But they'll learn, these aristocrats. They'll find out that their day is over for good.
Perhaps. I wonder sometimes, though.
Oh, I was.
It's all right.
I'd forgotten for the moment about Baron Beckys. Forgive me. Well, in your case, I doubt if the attitudes of the aristocracy brought you much happiness.
He wasn't to blame. I think he did really love me, but a married Catholic, the title, the family, the pressures were too great.
I think, if I may say so, that in succumbing to those pressures, he lost far more than you did.
Pilot and navigator, how are we doing?
Navigator, I'll be giving you a change of course in about 12 minutes, Skipper. We're right on time.
The Mosquito boys must have them in their shelters by now. But you won't see anything for a while yet. Rear gunner, how's it with you?
Rear gunner, haven't seen a thing so far, Skipper.
Mid-upper. Mid-upper, not me, Skipper. We must be clearing the main night fighter area, but I know we're on to Berlin by now. Clear sky should be ahead, so keep up a full surge, both of you.
Rear gunner, you bet, Skipper.
Mid-upper. Okay, Skipper.
Kessler?
It's possible.
You don't seem to disagree with anything I say,
It's difficult to do so.
and yet you won't commit yourself.
No, I just mustn't miss my train.
You won't. Come on, man, speak your mind.
Manfred, I envy your certainty. And I wish I could share it. But you're asking me to join in a conspiracy against the Fuhrer himself.
It was bad enough when he was no more than an upstart. Now it's apparent the man is a criminal lunatic. Don't you understand that?
He is still our head of state.
And itself enough to shame any decent man.
Oh, come along. Do the Ukrainians love Stalin? I doubt it. But in their eyes, he's the lesser evil, and so they fight us.
Only half of them. The rest are thrown in a lot with us.
But that is exactly what war is. A choice of evils. I have to think of my country first. We're fighting the most savage and bitter war in human history. We're bombed at night, more and more by day. We're fighting vast hordes on the Eastern Front, and yet we have to keep divisions in readiness in the West in case there's an invasion. And you say get rid of the Fuhrer and his instruments of government. That must inevitably weaken and divide us. And all right, suppose it happened. You think the Allies would stop fighting us and shake hands? Or would they see it as their chance to crush Germany yet again?
The British and Americans will never negotiate with the Nazis. But if we can get rid of them, show our willingness to look for an honorable peace.
Allies demand unconditional surrender.
That's out of the question. But if we clean out our own stable first, I believe they'd see it differently.
Perhaps. And perhaps not. You see, you draw a distinction between the Nazis and the German people, but they don't. They're at war with Germany, not the Nazi party.
Owen. We all went through this, every one of us. For a man who loves his country, it's an awful decision to have to make. As you said, it's a choice of evils. But think of the Germany you want your children to grow up in. Are they to be free, to think for themselves? Or are they to live in fear of Kessler and his kind? Yes. You must catch your train. Go home. Get your family to safety. Think about it. There's still time. You'll be with us in the end. I'm sure of that.
Pilot, was that Nobby? Afraid so. Any shoots? No.
Bomb aimer, markers are dead ahead. I'm running up now. Bomb doors open.
Navigator, hold it a minute, Skipper. We're a little way to go yet.
Rubbish, we're running in, damn it. If we don't bomb now, we'll be overshooting the markers any minute.
Navigator, if you can just hold this course for another minute, Skipper.
Bomb aimer, for God's sake, let's have your ride.
Skipper, I'm sure I can see
Shut up,
markers.
it's bombing.
Shut up. If we don't bomb now, I'll drop the things myself. We're not hanging about in this lot.
Bomb.
Bomb aimer, roger, Skipper. Target right ahead. Left. Steady. Hold it. Steady. Bomb's gone.
Bomb door's shut. I'm turning starboard. We're going home.
Master bomber to main force. Disregard that set of markers dropped short and to the west of the main target. I'm having the target marked again at once with green. Be sure to bomb on new markers. Master bomber, we are remarking. Ignore markers west and short of target.
Too late now. Next course, navigator.
Navigator, 265 degrees, Skipper.
265 degrees, roger. Pilot to crew, the fighters will be waiting for us now. Watch it.
Rear gunner, okay, Skipper.
Mid-upper, right, skipper.
The smell of real coffee. I'd forgotten what it was like. Thank you.
Oh, it's nothing.
It's not nothing to be kind.
Is that how you see me?
Yes, you've been very kind to me.
You're such a gentle person, it will be very hard for anyone to be otherwise.
I'm not sure you're right about me.
I'm a good judge of people. I have to be.
But you haven't seen me as I really am. I haven't been myself for so long now.
Perhaps you should think about it less.
I tried, believe me. But I kept going over it all in my head. How we did this, said that. How it might have turned out differently. But of course it never could have done. It was bound to end as it did.
I know this is easy to say, but eventually you have to put it all behind you. Forget about it.
I know. Recently, I haven't thought about him quite so much.
Oh, what have you thought about?
Your kindness.
Now it's my turn to say that I'm afraid you're not quite right about me.
Perhaps we both need illusions.
Yes, perhaps.
When we first met, I thought you were looking for an easy pickup. Someone to spend the night with.
That being your experience since the Baron.
Oh, yes, your information. I should have realized it would be comprehensive. Perhaps we should stop seeing each other.
Why?
I was very much in love with him.
Are you still?
Since then, I've been very unhappy. I've become used to it. In a way, guarded my own wretchedness. Perhaps that made me feel safe, I don't know. But I could come to care for you, I think. Then I wouldn't be safe anymore.
No, but you might be truly alive again.
I was alive before, and I never want to go through that again for anyone.
Well, that's something you must decide for yourself.
It's different for you.
No, not really. If I were to care about someone, for a man like me, that would be dangerous.
Why?
Personal feelings are as you've learned. And yet, I'm no different from anyone else. You see me as kind, I see you as gentle. You're certainly wrong. Perhaps we both are. But possibly that's a need that we both share, to be blind to what someone else is really like. It's late. Good night.
Good night.
Rear gunner! Do you hear me? Rear gunner, where are you? Skipper, boiler up. The starboard wing's burning. The fuel tanks are going. Pilot to crew, bail out, bail out. Bird, if you can go back and see what's happened to the others. Okay, Skipper. But hurry, the wing will blow up soon. Come on, hurry up, for God's sake. Should be going any minute. There's that crash. Come on, for God's sake, hurry up. We'll be going any second now. Get that parachute. To bloody They've all bought it, Skipper. They're all gone. Bail out. Bail out now. Okay.
Please, can you help me?
Well, you shouldn't be here. There are unexploded bombs.
Yes, I know, and not my house. It was across the street where I found my family.
What name?
Brand.
I'm sorry, Hermia, but your wife and son were killed. Your mother and daughter are safe. They've been taken to a rest center.
Where are they, my wife and son?
The hospital was destroyed. The school is a temporary mortuary. Thank you.
I must go and see her. Could there have been a mistake?
Please leave, Hermia. It's not safe.
London. London calling in the overseas and European services of the BBC. Last night, 400 RAF bombers attacked Berlin. Heavy damage was inflicted. Widespread fires were seen from a very long distance from Berlin by returning crews. 22 of our aircraft failed to return.
Last night, bombers of the RAF carried out another cowardly terror attack on Berlin. Hospitals, schools and houses were destroyed, and casualties inflicted on helpless civilians. 45 enemy aircraft were shot down by our heroic fighter pilots and anti-aircraft gunners.
45. And there are lots more in accidents of takeoff and landing. If we can keep that up, they'll be bled to death.
Yeah, 22. John Curtis used to say that provided their losses didn't exceed 10%, they could keep that up.
22 is probably a propaganda figure. I expect they lost twice that many.
Don't you trust anyone, Max?
Only myself. And you, of course, dear Natalie.
John Curtis also used to say a German figure of losses was probably more accurate than the British.
Yeah, well, either way, we'll probably be getting some customers in the near future.
All right, leave it. Well, Sergeant, before we dispose of you, let's have a talk.
Michael Murray, lights.
Oh, don't be a fool, Sergeant.
382232.
Shut
it! No!
All right. Was it a fighter or AK?
Fighter.
On your way back from Berlin?
Yes.
Well, what happened?
Just twice, perhaps more. I can't remember. It was all over so fast. Well, one engine went that we caught fire. We had to bail out before the plane blew up.
Did all of you bail out?
No, 2 of them were dead. Perhaps the rest. Bert might have made it. No, I didn't actually see him jump.
Bert?
My bomb aimer.
That night, you attacked a residential area of Berlin. Are those your orders now, to bomb indiscriminately?
But the markers were dropped short. By the time we realized that, it was too late.
We'll return to that in a moment. Now, you're picked up at 9 a.m. Where had you been hiding?
In a ditch.
You approached the postman and asked him for help.
He turned me in and said he fetched someone. Came back with a policeman.
Was he the first person you'd approached?
No, there was an old woman earlier. She just shook her head, hurried off, pretended she didn't understand.
You were hoping to be picked up by an escape route, isn't that so? You're briefed on what to do if you're shot down. It's no secret, you know. Were you given the names of contacts? Oh, very well. You now tell me the type of plane, where you're stationed, which squadrons are based there, how many aircraft, and so on.
Richard, now I can only tell you my name, rank, and number.
You terror freakers do not merit the protection of the Geneva Convention. You've broken enough rules of war to be shot. You will begin now.
I can't.
Stand at attention in the presence of a senior officer. That's better. I am Sturmbannführer Kessler, Gestapo. Now, you will either answer my questions here, or you will be taken to another place where you will most certainly answer them. Do I make myself clear?
Please. I am entitled to be treated as a prisoner of war.
So you will be, provided you cooperate. Think yourself lucky you didn't bail out of Berlin, Sergeant. Aircrew have been beaten to death by angry civilians before now, you know.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Quiet this evening?
Yeah.
With a customer.
Where?
It's a farm. Yeah, I get it. Just got word.
Well, it's too late now.
Oh, he's all right for a few days. Hiding in the barn.
Can you provide transport?
I'll have to be the horse and cart.
It'll have to be Monique. There's no one else.
This feeling that I'm lonely without you to be the one and only.
Good morning, Herr Weil.
Mr. Manfura?
I heard about your wife and son. May I extend my commiserations?
Thank you.
I wasn't sure if you'd come back. I thought you might apply for compassionate leave.
Well, they were buried yesterday. Sent my mother and daughter to stay with relatives in the country. They should be safe there. Now I have a great deal to do.
Yes, of course. Still, the child must be very upset. Well, I thought you might like to know that we've got one of them. Shot down on the way back from Berlin. In your absence, I questioned him. He was confused, frightened, in a state of shock. He provided a great deal of information without too much urging. Oh, nothing about escape routes, unfortunately. He hadn't made contact with them, but there's much there the Luftwaffe may find interesting.
Maybe another one.
Oh, the bomb aimer. Yes, if he wasn't killed.
Hey, wachen Sie auf! Wachen Sie auf, auf der Fuße! Aufstellen!
Wer sind Sie? Ihr Name?
Können Sie nicht sprechen?
Lewis.
Bert Lewis, RAF.
You speak German.
Not really.
You understood it well enough just now.
Who are you? You told me you knew somebody who could help me.
That depends on who you are.
I told you. Sergeant Lewis, RAF.
Sergeant Lewis, who, when half asleep and told to stand up in German, automatically jumps to his feet. Not the way we expect RAF aircrew to behave.
Well, who the hell do you think I am?
You could be a German, trying to infiltrate an escape route.
Escape route? Oh, so that's who you say you are? Well, for all I know, you could be Germans. Yeah, bogus escape routes have to catch evaders. Well, they exist. We're warned about them at briefings.
You have to satisfy us, not the other way round. How is it you speak German?
I don't. I took it at school. I know a bit, that's all.
Which school?
A grammar school.
Where? Wales?
Talking the way I do, don't be daft.
What type of plane were you flying?
I can't tell you that.
What was your target?
I can't tell you that.
When were you shot down?
My name is Lewis, Sergeant Lewis,
Don't be
1240.
an idiot. I think we take chances on a man who might be German. Now, if you really are RAF, just answer the question.
I haven't asked any I'm allowed to answer yet. Yeah, and if you're from an escape route, why should you want secret operational information?
Is your place of birth a secret, then?
Kentish Town.
Where's that? Somewhere in Kent?
It's part of London.
Did everyone learn German at your school?
Well, most of them took French, but you could opt for Spanish or German if you wanted to.
Why did you choose German?
I was taking school certificate. I needed a modern language. I wasn't much good at... I preferred German.
Did you get your school certificate?
No, but that's why I'm a bomb aimer. I wanted to be a pilot.
Did any other members of your crew survive, apart from yourself?
I'm pretty sure the pilot got out, perhaps the navigator.
You came down by parachute?
Yes.
How far away from here?
I walked for about 2 hours and I found this... about 5 miles, I suppose.
What was your pilot's name?
Why?
Because I want to confirm you are who you say you are. What was your pilot's name?
Mick Murray.
What?
Flying Sergeant Michael Murray, but everybody called him Mick. Confirm? What do you mean, confirm? Who, with, and how?
You said there could have been other survivors. Well, none have been reported to us.
All right. Maybe you are Flight Sergeant Lewis. I hope so for your sake. But it's going to take a day or two to check, so in the meantime, you stay here.
Check? What do you mean, check? Hey, you saying you're in touch with somebody who knows me?
Why should that be of interest to you?
Well, I've got no way of knowing you're genuine, have I? I mean, this could all be part of your game, pretending to be suspicious of me, saying you'll check. I mean, what does it mean if you do come back and say, yes, we believe you? I'm still none the wiser about you, am I?
What's your name?
Bert Lewis, RAF 1246. Who the hell are you?
Look, we can't tell you anything about us until we are certain about you. When that's done. And if you really are an invader, then we'll concern ourselves with your fears, and not before.
Yeah, well, don't try and convince me by telling me anything about my pilot. He could have been taken a prisoner.
Major Brunt's wife? And his son as well?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
How awful for him.
Yes. I feel sorry for him. For a man to lose his only son like that, I can imagine how I'd feel. I remember my father. Oh, he's dead now, but I remember how proud he was of me.
What was he like?
Oh, a fine man. Fought in the Great War. Won the Iron Cross, first class. Afterwards, he worked hard, built up a good business. We were quite well to do. That was before, of course.
Before what?
Before they robbed him of all he had.
Who?
Oh, the bankers, the financiers.
You mean they lent
I mean,
him
they
money?
took everything from him. My father and thousands like him. Oh, there was inflation, depression, unemployment. But while men like my father grew poor, they grew richer. Oh, we've put all that right now, of course, but I wish my father could have lived to see the new Germany. A great nation again.
You know, if he is a German trying to infiltrate the line, he's seen you and Alain.
It's all right. The barn door's kept padlocked.
Bar takings are up again. They certainly know how to drink, these Germans.
He was more suspicious of us than we were of him, but his reactions did seem genuine.
The man who's half asleep usually gives himself away.
Can I do anything in there?
Yes. Check these figures, will you? I can't balance these receipts.
You know, I'm not sure about that new waiter. I think he could be a thief.
They're all thieves.
Oh, this is 15 francs short.
Someone at the door.
Hello. Hope from Mum. Night Sergeant Lewis is all right.
Good night, Mantel. Good night, Sturmbannführer.
Good night. Thank you.
We'll get him in a safe house tomorrow. Want a drink?
Thanks, everyone.
We have a pilot and a navigator. There. A bomb aimer. There. And another pilot down here. There at the farm.
Are they safely undercover?
That's for the time being.
Will you go to Paris tomorrow? Can you bring these fellows into Brussels first?
There are more Germans searching the countryside than usual, Albert. I don't think Monique should pick up the bomb aimer until after dark.
She's already gone.
But motorcycle patrols are making spot checks.
It's too late to stop her now.
I thought everything was going to be all right. I always try and be friendly to Germans. And I happen to know these two.
Were they suspicious?
Nah, not a bit of it. Only too happy to come into the house for a glass of beer. Before they did their search, sent me son over here to meet the Englishman. And he'd gone. Yeah?
Well, did you try to find him?
Of course, well, as soon as we could. He knows where this farm is. And he knows me, my son. If the German's taken.
Oh, the fool, the stupid young idiot.
I suppose he was frightened. Hey, we frightened him.
Why the devil did he wait to be told what to do?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose he thought that if
Well, they
we went
shouldn't
back
think. Let them think in their bombers, not on the ground.
We drove around as much as we dared, didn't we? We asked a few reliable people if they'd seen him, but there was no sign
We
of him.
didn't even know which way to look.
Well, he'd probably gone to ground somewhere, in which case he'll turn up again.
But if he turns up in the hands of the Germans, a man who's behaved like a damn fool once would probably do it again.
He's not really a man, Albert. He's not much more than a boy.
That boy could get you both killed.
Albert, Brandt and Kessler. You want a table for dinner?
Hello?
Good night, Alain. Finish your coffee.
Well, Mademoiselle Duclos asked me to give you her condolences. That's very thoughtful of her, considering we've never even met. Please thank her for her kindness. Is she keeping well? Yes, very well. Oh, good.
Here we are. Herr Sturmbannführer, good evening.
Oh, I'll have the dish of the day.
Thank you, sir.
You, Herr Major?
Same for me, whatever it is. I'm sure it will be excellent.
And for an aperitif, you
Calpers.
No?
Yes.
Of course.
Is that Mademoiselle Duclos' influence?
She likes it, and I quite enjoy it.
I must say, as a colleague, you've really managed to surprise me.
Oh, in what way?
Your friendship with Mademoiselle Duclos, a Belgian.
She's an Aryan woman of good birth.
Oh, yes, of course. But I do believe that you don't encourage your junior officers to form such attachments.
There's no question of any attachment, as you put it.
Oh, I do beg your pardon. Oh, dear. If I formed the wrong impression, I apologize. I had no wish to offend you in any way.
You haven't offended me.
Okay.
Can you hear what they're saying? When you speak of forming an impression...
No, it was my mistake.
No, what I...
Here we are. Oh, thank you.
Mr. Mantua? Do others form this impression?
I really have no idea. Would it matter?
The wrong impression, right?
Why?
I'm not exactly a popular man, my old friend. Not that I care about popularity.
Ah, I see. Do you think there might be people who... I don't know, how shall I put this? Jealous of your standing and looking for a weapon to use against you?
There is no weapon they could use. I find our company pleasant, relaxing. We're friends, no more. But given malice and envy, anything can be distorted.
Yeah, it's true. You know, even in the German army, gossip is not unknown. I mean, perfectly innocent meetings. They can be misinterpreted. But do you know what I'd say if I were in your shoes? I'd say to hell with them. Oh, she's a nice person. To have an easy, relaxed relationship with a woman, it doesn't happen all that often. You're very lucky. I say let's toast the health of Mademoiselle Duclos.
Mademoiselle Duclos? May I now propose a toast?
Oh, by all means.
To the memory of your wife and son.
To the memory of my wife and son. Monsieur Poiret, the same again, please.
Certainly, sir.
If you'd like to talk about them, please do. I shall be happy to sit and listen. It may help. I remember when my father died.
Did you talk about him?
No, but looking back now, perhaps I should have done. One must show fortitude, of course. We're not old women to weep and wail, but sometimes just to say something.
What? What is there to say? They're dead and gone. All the talk will come to that, all the tears and grieving in the world won't bring them back. I love them both, of course, but it's over. It's in the past. And the past is as dead as they are. Oh, yes! Thank you.
By the barricade, darling, I remember the way you used to wait.
Ready for your first course, gentlemen? Oh, whenever you like. Certainly.
You loved me, you'd always be my lily.
Oh, this is really very pleasant. Thank you for a kind invitation.
Oh, it seemed the least I could do. I thought you might need taking out of yourself.
Time would come for all.
To be frank, you're being much more realistic about it than I'd expected.
There's no point in being sentimental about things which no longer exist.
And then it's that far-off lantern light. I'd hold
Oh, yes, I forgot to tell you. An RAF bomb ammo was picked up today. He's been brought into my headquarters.
When was he shot down?
He didn't say. But the officer who said that from his condition, he'd been on the ground for 2 or 3 days at least.
I wonder if he's been in touch with an escape route.
Well, I'm interrogating him tomorrow, so we'll see.
Well, if I can be of any assistance.
Thank you, Herr Sturmbannführer, but he's in the hands of the Luftwaffe now.
Surely you haven't forgotten we have a shared responsibility when it comes to evasion lines?
Not at all. And I shall let you have any relevant information as it comes to hand.
By giving him cigarettes and coffee, putting him at his ease and chatting to him like an old friend. There are more efficient techniques, Bronson.
Oh, thank you. Well, I suppose we all use the methods that we personally prefer.
Preference doesn't come in. I'm talking about efficiency. Ah, good. That looks delicious.
I'm afraid we shall have to agree to differ, Herr Sturmbannführer.
My lily of the land white, my own lily,
Send him in now, please. Good morning, Flight Sergeant Lewis. I'm Major Brandt, Luftwaffe. Do please sit down. Thank you. So, did you sleep well?
Especially?
Oh, now I wonder if we might observe the normal military courtesies. I was a pilot myself. I'm aware that aircrew are pretty informal in the RAF as well as the Luftwaffe, but my rank is equivalent to that of a squadron leader. Would you not address a squadron leader as sir?
I suppose so.
Sir? It's only a matter of mutual respect, you know. As a senior non-commissioned officer, you're entitled to be addressed as Flight Sergeant rather than by your surname. I do think the consideration should extend both ways. Oh, by the way, have you had breakfast?
Yes, sir.
Good. But at any moment now, I hope... Oh, what timing. Come! Splendid. Just set it down here, please. No, that's all right. I'll deal with it myself. So, how do you like your coffee? Black, white, with sugar?
White with sugar, please, sir.
I'll leave you to deal with the sugar. Oh, this is the moment when I allow myself my first cigarette of the day. Oh, do you smoke?
Thank you, sir.
Well, Flight Sergeant, your war is over. You'll be going on to a prisoner of war camp soon and meeting a lot of your friends, I expect. Oh, yes, and before I forget, I must give you these back. Oh, Louis A. What does the A stand for? Is it Albert, by any chance?
Yeah.
Are you known as Bert? Yes, then I wonder if your pilot could have been Flight Sergeant Murray.
Mick.
Mick? Yes.
Is he all right?
Oh, yes, he's fine. In fact, just a moment. Yes, I was right. You'll be going on to the same camp. So you'll be seeing him again soon. But the rest of the crew, I'm afraid I have no information about.
Yeah, I was afraid no one else got out.
Well, you never know. They may turn up later. So, you're on your way back from bombing Berlin when you were shot down.
So my name is Lewis. Flight Sergeant Lewis, 1246784. That's all I'm allowed to tell you.
I wasn't asking you to tell me anything. I was telling you. I don't need to ask you any questions because I already know the answers. You were flying a Lancaster bomber, O for Orange, from 45 Squadron based at Great Burwell. You probably have a favourite pub in Newmarket where you go for a drink in the evenings.
I don't know how you got that information.
How do you suppose?
Well, Mick wouldn't have said anything. Not unless you'd have...
Oh, no. Flight Sergeant Murray followed procedure just as you did, name, rank and number. We know these things, Flight Sergeant. Our intelligence is extremely good. Oh, come along with your DFM. You must have been on a number of raids. You must know how many planes are shot down. Why do you think your losses are so heavy? Because we know and we're waiting for you. You're not being interrogated, Flight Sergeant. Merely debriefed before you're sent on to your prisoner of war camp. We know when you were shot down and when you were picked up. And that you tried to contact an escape route during the intervening period.
You should do, seeing as it was yours. God, we do get warned about dummy escape routes run by Germans, you know.
Yes, I'm sure that you do. But naturally one hopes they'll succeed. May I ask how you guessed?
What, when they shout at me in German, make some excuse about checking on me, lock me up, then go and tell a patrol about me?
Oh, my God, it does sound extremely clumsy. What an experience. Oh, well, have some more coffee.
Are you certain? Yeah, they've got him all right. At least he's not in the hands of the Gestapo.
Yeah, well, the Luftwaffe Special Police use kid gloves by comparison, but they know their business.
Look, we told you. The trouble is he's still suspicious of us. Well, if he believes that we were a bogus escape route run by Germans, he'll talk.
He'd have cottoned on by now, surely.
Yes, from what you told me of him. Now, look, he can describe you both. He knows exactly where that farm is. Did he get a good look at you?
Well,
Well, was it dark enough?
Oh, Bear, there's nothing we can do about it now.
Get in touch with that farmer. Tell him to clear out for a couple of days, just in case.
Oh, you just didn't believe them.
The girl was quite convincing. She had the patter off, all right?
I don't understand why there's been no report. No? No? Ah, yes, it is here. It's my sergeant. He likes to keep bad news from me. Oh, by the way, what name did she give you? Because they use so many. It wasn't Yvette, was it, by any chance?
She didn't say what her name was.
Ah, no, well, if she managed to convince you. Must have been the other one, I suppose.
The other one?
Well, you said they, and as it wasn't the girl who gave herself away.
Well, you know that from your reports, then.
Oh, well, yes, I'm sorry, I haven't read it yet. There'll be a number of rockets flying around, I can tell you. Oh, yes, you're right, it is here. RAF bomb aimer. They picked him up, told him checks were to be made, locked him in, told the patrol, but they left no one with you. No, and they come back and find you've disappeared. It's incredible. Oh, by the way, but who put you on to them?
Well, you know that from your report as well, sir.
Oh, no, because we have a number of local collaborators.
I told you. They didn't give me any names.
Oh, well, the location will do. I can work it out from there.
I don't remember, sir.
Ah, well, we need a map. Here's a map. Now, you were picked up here, and you walked from...
I don't know.
Oh, come along, your aircrew, you know, north from south. How long were you walking?
I've forgotten.
Flight Sergeant, we know about your contact with our people. I told you, it's all in there.
All you've told me is what I told you first, sir. I've said too much already, and I'm not saying any more. I'd like to be returned to my cell, if you please.
You'll stay where you are, Flight Sergeant. This interview is not over yet. Now, you were picked up in a country area and locked in. That suggests a barn or a farm of some sort. Which farm, Flight Sergeant?
My name is Lewis, Sergeant Lewis, 1246-784.
Oh, very well, we'll change the subject. You bombed Berlin. But you bombed short of the target. Why?
I can't tell you that.
Oh, I know why. Because your markers were dropped short. Did you know that? Do you know what you bombed? No, I don't suppose you do. You bombed a pleasant suburb. Miles from the city centre. It had houses and a church and a school and a girls' residential college. That's what you bombed. Do you have any brothers?
One.
Older or younger?
Younger.
How old?
14.
I had a son. His name was Kurt. He was 12 years old. 12. He lived with his mother in that suburb, and they were both killed that night. Maybe your bombs killed them, Flight Sergeant. I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But I wonder if you care. Did you know the markers had been dropped short?
I thought they might have been.
Then why did you bomb them?
Well, the navigator told us skipper he wasn't happy about it, but we were on our bombing run.
You were the bomb aimer. It was your responsibility.
The pilot's the captain of the aircraft in the Royal Air Force, sir.
You will name the girl and her accomplices.
No, sir.
Where's the farm, Flight Sergeant?
No.
Where's the farm?
Where's the farm? Where is that farm? Fire, Brent! What in God's name do you think you're doing?
What stupid, senseless behavior. How can a man say anything when he's unconscious? Flight Sergeant Lewis is in need of medical attention. Will you send someone to collect him? Well?
All right, this don't was inexcusable. Especially as the man knows nothing.
All right, carry on.